When you look at tech CEOs like Zuckerberg and Gates, you might think that dropping out of university is a great idea. That's a recipe for success. What we don't see is the ones who dropped out and didn't succeed. Today, I want to talk about one of the most dangerous of all biases, and that is survivorship bias. Now, survivorship bias happens when we consider only data from surviving elements. For example, in World War II, the US conducted a study of all the damaged aircraft that returned from missions to determine where to add additional armor. So they'd look at the bullet holes on the planes that returned and conclude that they should reinforce the areas that had taken the most damage. This is where bullets were most likely to hit. But what they failed to recognize was that they were suffering from survivorship bias. They were only considering planes that have survived their mission and came back. They weren't considering the planes that were shot down. In fact, a statistician named Abraham Wald noted that the most appropriate conclusion was actually the opposite of what they came to. The areas that had taken damage on the planes that had come back were the areas that could be safely hit and the plane could return. It was the areas that didn't have damage where the planes that went down actually had taken damage. Now, we find survivorship bias everywhere in our personal lives and our work. For example, if we look at employee surveys, we're only surveying the employees who haven't left the company. So you're left with feedback from employees that have chosen to remain with the company. Those are the happier employees. If you survey your customers, same thing. You aren't considering those customers who have canceled the service. And those are the ones that probably have the most critical feedback for you why they left. You're only surveying your happier customers. And when we look at startups and we see their success, you aren't considering those that failed. When we think of Elon Musk and the tremendous amounts of risk that he's taken in his career, we don't consider all the people who have taken tremendous risk and failed. When you look at tech CEOs like Zuckerberg and Gates, you might think that dropping out of university is a great idea. That's a recipe for success. What we don't see is the ones who dropped out and didn't succeed. And in fact, this reminds me of a quote from the great Charlie Munger, who said, "Show me where I'm going to die so I don't go there." In many cases, we can glean more valuable insights from the subjects that didn't survive than from those that did. And in any data, we need to consider that data of those who died so we don't go there. That's it. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button. We'll see you next time.